Mason Plumlee is a Piston. Oh boy, that was the greatest news. Wow, I can't believe it. I always wanted him to be a Piston, and when I saw that headline, I just wow! He's a Piston. Wow, man. Those of you that go to church, you know about the Holy Ghost dance, the Holy Ghost music. That's what I had planned in my head when I saw the news that Mason Plumlee is a Piston. That totally changed the direction that this video was going into. This video was going to be a video criticizing the Detroit Pistons for what they did in the draft and who they missed out on, who they should have drafted, and things like that. But wow, that's all I can say. Now there's some YouTubers out there that comment and do videos on Detroit sports. I love you guys a lot. I love you. I subscribe to you. I comment on your sites every once in a while, and you have some great content. But I think some of you guys missed the boat on this one here. It makes me feel, let me see how I can put this in words. It's like damned if you do, damned if you don't. 4 years ago, we elected a president who made major changes in areas that the majority of the country complained about. Troy Weaver has come into Detroit, and he wasted no time in answering those pleas for the Detroit Pistons fans. And all I see on YouTube are people criticizing some of the moves that he made. Us Piston fans have griped, complained, and shown our disdain for this organization and the movements they've made for years. Some of the coaches that we had come through, some of the general managers that we had come through, we just been pretty much cellar dwellers. We went from being an NBA powerhouse to barely a blip on the radar. With all due respect, I say some of you on YouTube are not seeing the forest for the trees with this one. I originally was going to say we missed out on some great talent in the draft. We could have secured our backcourt for years with two floor generals, not one, but two floor generals, by drafting Cassius Winston and Xavier Simpson. Two of them, right in our own backyard. And for the life of me, I don't understand, and I don't know why we never draft players from our own backyard. We've had players come through and went on and win championships and, had superstar careers. Some of them we got at the tail end of their career, but, their best years were already behind them. But I just don't know why we never draft players from our own backyard. We missed out on John Teskey also, and the Tillman guy from Michigan State. We missed out on him as well. But, wow, Troy Weaver, wow. I mean, this is awesome here. This is great news. But getting back to my point here, you guys you can't see what he's putting together here. You gotta see it. And I think he's got this team going in the right direction. Going back to the floor generals, I mean, Cassius Winston and Xavier Simpson was just, they the floors here. I mean, they would have developed a lot under the great Derrick Rose. They practically fell into our lap. All we had to do was draft those guys. And we didn't. Also would have drafted either Kenyon Martin Jr. or there's a player, look him up, Darko Bajo, I believe his name is. I would have drafted one of those guys also. I was really ready to go in on the Pistons until I did a little more research on Killian Hayes. I think that's the guy that they drafted. That's the point guard. I did some more research on him, and mark my word, this kid is going to be a beast in the NBA. He'll be a name people compare others to. Believe me on that one. I mean, he's got the look, he's got the skill set. This dude he's gonna make some noise in this league. Then came the news to Mason Plumlee. Wow. You don't know what you got in him. To me, he is at the top of the list of free agents that will make an immediate impact with their new teams. I hate to see him leave Denver, but going to the Pistons, I can respect that and accept that. Anywhere else, I'd have been mad. But wow, that's all I can say about him going to the Pistons. I almost fainted when I heard the news. We're getting a scorer, passer, great defender, and a great low post player. Then came Jeremy Grant. I like to fell out of my seat when I heard that one. Do you guys realize you took two very important players from a Denver Nuggets team that was quote-unquote railroaded in their quest for an NBA championship? That should have been your champion this past season. I know people have some opposition to that. We all saw some of the things that took place, and we're just going to leave that alone. I did a couple videos on that when it happened, but we got two very key players from that Denver Nuggets playoff roster that went to the Western Conference Final. Not bench players, not players that were playing, in garbage time. No, we got two big ones. If that wasn't enough for me, the icing on the cake came in Jahlil Okafor. Wow. That's all I can say. This guy, he knows what he's doing. And to me, for the Pistons, we had one Ben Wallace. You got three, maybe four Ben Wallaces now. There's no more cakewalks into the paint for opposing offenses. None of that driving to the hole and having wide open layups. Those days are gone. That door has been closed. Opposing teams will have to contend with Blake, Plumlee, Grant, and Okafor in the low post. Not only on defense, but on offense as well. And depending on how their other draft picks, I can't remember the guy's name out of the University of Washington, how he pans out. Wow. But like I said, I wish the other drafted Pistons the best of luck, since they're here now. But as I said before, I personally would have done something a little different. Now, as far as the free agents, I think we did one heck of a job. We wanted a change, and we wanted changes, and we got them. I would have went after a couple others, and the free agents I would have went after Rajon Rondo, Paul Millsap. Can you imagine Paul Millsap in Detroit alongside Mason Plumlee and Jeremy Grant? Now you got three key players from that Nuggets team. But anyway, let me go on. Rajon Rondo, Paul Millsap, Matthew Dellavedova, Kyle O'Quinn, J.R. Smith, Frank Kaminsky, Stanley Johnson, yes, that's Stanley Johnson, and Emmanuel Mudiay. Dellavedova, Mudiay, Kaminsky, Millsap, O'Quinn, and Johnson. If we can possibly add one or two of them, that would be great. Also, I will put out an APB for the Harrison twins, Aaron and Andrew, and get them here. We know what the last player, well, I'm not going to say the last player, but anyway, we'll leave that alone. We need to get, if we can't get one, let's get both of them here. But all in all, kudos to Troy Weaver and the Detroit Pistons organization. Great job. Now, Dwayne Casey, don't screw this up, man. Please don't screw this up. We don't want to know okie dokie stuff. Please. You've been practically handed a playoff spot with this roster. And to me, this roster looks similar to the Chauncey Billups, Rasheed Wallace, Richard Hamilton, Ben Wallace, and Tayshaun Prince era. I think we may be able to do something special. Never mind the critics. Job well done, Detroit Pistons. And in the words of Stephen A. Smith, I digress.